It seems impossible that an empty desert could hide one of the world's greatest secrets. Yet in this wasteland stands a wondrous enigma, the Great Pyramids of ancient Egypt. Some call them tombs, others say they were beacons to ancient spacemen. Still others believe they are generators of energy. The secret of the pyramids has eluded men for thousands of years. If they were merely tombs for the pharaohs, why has no mummy ever been found in one? We do know that the ancients built great temples to the forces they believed ruled their lives after death. In sacred places, near the pyramids, Egyptians prepared the most important of their citizens for a journey into life everlasting. No other ancient civilization lavished as much genius on defeating time, on defeating death. Is it possible the Egyptians succeeded? Seldom do the dreams and wisdom of a civilization come together in a single work. It happened once, a very long time ago. In the pure and simple geometry of the pyramids, ancient Egypt may have found answers to profound mysteries. It is for modern men to rediscover them. Cairo is often called the intellectual capital of the Arab world. It is a reputation founded in antiquity. Despite the crowding, poverty, and conflict of the present, Cairo is irrevocably linked to its brilliant past. On the outskirts of the city are the reminders of an incredible dream. From the summit of the Great Pyramid of Cheops, it is still possible, after 4,000 years, to see ruined temples nestled at the foot of its ageless companion, the Pyramid of Kefran. Long ago, a staggering number of people and immense amounts of material were needed to construct the monoliths. The Egyptians must have had a very good reason for sacrificing so much. What was it? In its finished form, the Great Pyramid was gleaming white and was capped with a block of some special material. The cap may have been polished granite or even gold. Higher than a 40-story building, the Great Pyramid was an awesome monument to some higher order in an untamed desert world. It is awesome still, more than 40 centuries later. Through the ages, the mystery of the pyramid has inspired many theories. Among them, the idea that the pyramid is Earth Base 1, remnant of the colonization of Earth by extraterrestrials. Others liken the pyramid to a mammoth radio beacon or a collector of some secret energy source. Whatever it was 4,000 years ago, it is today the single most perplexing monument in the world. What must the builders have been like? There is ample evidence that the ancients were fascinated with time and the rhythm of life along the Nile. Each year, their farmland would be renewed by rich deposits from the flooding river. If the soil could be revived, why not the spirit and body of man? The pyramids may have played a central part in a quest for immortality. Whatever their function, never has history seen such a total commitment of manpower and resources to a single task for so long a time. For each worker in the stone quarries or at the building site, several more would be needed to provide the food and other services required by so vast an enterprise. Unless the ancients had another way. Other great civilizations built artificial mountains. They reach above the jungle canopy of Yucatan and Central America. Steps to the stars. None, however, has inspired the intense curiosity that the pyramids of Egypt have. Part of the Egyptian secret may be that theirs was the only civilization to perfect the true pyramid. That burst of genius apparently occurred in the 3rd millennium before Christ at a place called Saqqara, west of modern Cairo. A pharaoh named Zoser commissioned the first known Egyptian pyramid. If Zoser's pyramid was intended to be a tomb, it was an unusual one. Tombs had previously been simple structures of mud brick. Never had they been translated to stone and stacked one atop the other. The next step in the evolution of the true pyramid was to create a smooth facing on a step pyramid. The attempt failed, and the pyramid collapsed. Only the central core was left standing. The disaster occurred as work was advancing on another pyramid. Mindful of the lesson, the architect obviously switched to a shallower angle, creating the so-called bent pyramid. The neighboring pyramid is newer and constructed at the same shallow angle as the upper portion of the bent pyramid. Experiments continued for perhaps 1,000 years. Incredibly, 80 structures survive, providing vivid examples of pyramid evolution. The glory days of the Pyramid Age came around 2500 BC, when the pharaoh Cheops ordered a pyramid built at Giza. The angles were steep and the scale gargantuan. Cheops' successor, Kefran, built another pyramid nearby. It is slightly smaller, but no less perfect in symmetry or design. The orthodox view is that the pyramids were constructed using large ramps of brick and earth. These ramps would be constructed at gentle angles so that huge gangs of workers could push the big building blocks upwards. This traditional view holds that once the interior core of the pyramid was finished, the job of surfacing the pyramid would begin at the top and work down. The ramps would be dismantled along the way. How many years of labor must it have taken to move those blocks? When the Greek historian Herodotus stood at the foot of the Great Pyramid in 450 BC, he was told that it was built in 30 years by a rotating workforce of 120,000 men. Kefren's pyramid must have required a similar effort.